Thanks, Bria. I forgot to tell you to start recording.
That's okay.
All right. So everyone, welcome to the call. We are going to be launching a new vendor to the system today. It's going to be Sneezit. David Steele is the founder and owner and operator of this wonderful organization. Just a little background for everyone. Sneezit has worked with Retro Fitness as a brand for many, many years. And it's been on and off in different capacities and different things. I think that they're what I consider a leader in digital advertising and being in the forefront of what is working. They have a pulse on the fitness industry. They have other fitness clients that they're not learning the gym business for the first time with us. They've spent a lot of time with our brand, and they've also spent a lot of time in the industry space. So those are two very huge positive things. But the most exciting thing about launching David Steele and Sneezit, from my perspective, is that David has always been a corporate partner, meaning that we would retain his services corporately, and there was never really a capability or the setup to work directly with franchisees. And David just recently announced that he has organized his company around direct with franchise opportunities and sales, which is hugely exciting. So for the first time now, his services are packaged in a way that are digestible by a local franchisee budget, and also are very targeted around your gym, which targeting is something he's very good at. So without further ado, I'll introduce David Steele here and take it away.
Great. Thank you, Katie. I don't think I could have said it better myself. I think I'm going to hire you as my personal spokesperson. So we have been working with Retro for a while, and we want to talk about something that we call the membership lifecycle marketing, and in particular, two components that we'll be offering to Retro franchisees. Oops. I have to let somebody allow, so it kind of locks me up, so bear with me a second as I figure out how to allow these people. So so basically, membership lifecycle marketing allows us to focus on a member in two ways. First, attracting new prospective members into the club, and that's traffic in the way of either free passes or actual members coming in, new members coming in, and closing the sale with join online opportunities, both from a prospecting methodology and a direct sales through ads methodology as well, both of which are working. There's a third component that we're not offering at this time, but will be if people want more of a customized package, which is retention. But for now, we're going to be working with just those two as far as the packages are concerned, and you'll see them as we move forward. So today for the agenda, we'll talk about digital ads and what they look like, social media, email, which is a huge component, and the join, which is educating the consumer or prospective member, the offer, and the close. Please keep in mind that we work within some of your existing systems, one of which is ClubOS. So a lot of the things that we'll be talking today will actually come out of ClubOS to some of our services that we do offer. So let's talk about first the different types of ads that exist. And we work primarily in Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to talk about it as Facebook for now because Facebook owns Instagram, and all the tools that we use kind of integrate with both. But for the most part, this is a post. I took this off of one of the locations the other day from Retro, and simply put that most people think of social media as boosting a post and then hoping that something kind of interacts and somebody says, hey, I like that, what you're offering, and I want to join. And we look at it from more of a perspective of actually going after and driving a sale, which is a little bit different. So oftentimes people want to say, why aren't my likes increasing when I use Sneezit? How come my page engagement isn't necessarily increasing? Because though we boost posts sometimes for clients, a real measurement of what the work that we do come in two different ways. First, it comes in the form of a free pass or a guest pass or somebody coming in and utilizing the club. The second is in the way of a join. And we call that cost per acquisition of a lead or a guest pass and cost per acquisition of a member. Two very important numbers to kind of vet out what an ROI looks like for any one of our customers. So the first type of ad that we produce, so this is actually a live ad that that it was going on in the summertime, has a primary goal of what we call a join online and a secondary goal of a free pass. So when the ad comes up, and you'll see this ad on the left comes up and somebody clicks sign up, they go to what we call is a landing page. And that landing page allows people to be sold on actually becoming a member. It's long, so this is just the top portion of it. It has about the club, it talks about the amenities of the club, it gives you a countdown, it tells you the price. It's meant to sell somebody on joining online. The reason why we don't have them go directly to the ABC page, which the link for the join online would go to, and we'll talk about that in a second, is because the ABC page is really a shopping cart page. It's meant to enable a transaction, but not necessarily to enable a sale. So what happens is when somebody clicks on that join online button, in the way that we do it is we actually embed all the coupon codes and all the pricing plans right into the join. So when they go, their shopping cart is filled out, so there's no choices, and they can go right into paying for the service. They'll see exactly what it is. So they'll see what comes in the plan on the landing page. It has a countdown timer in some cases if there's a countdown timer, and they go right to the join. The secondary part, or the secondary goal, is the no thanks, I want to try the gym for free. And in that case, when they click on that, they'll be brought to a pop-up that stays within the landing page where they can actually fill out a guest pass. That guest pass, as you'll see later on, will actually tie right into ClubOS directly through an API that we built out a long time ago, and that's working quite well and robust. The guest pass will actually come out of your ClubOS system. The reason why we do it this way is that we're capturing it on two different ways. First, we're capturing it in our system so we know what the counts are and how many actual real leads come in, so there's no guesswork to say how many leads came in. We have the data. We send an email to the club as a backup so that if the general manager or the salesperson at the club wants to call them, they'll get an instantaneous announcement that somebody has that is interested in the club and they want a free pass to kind of sell them. And obviously then it goes into ClubOS. The other reason why we do this is ClubOS has kind of ties in that allow pages to go into their system. We just find that the page ranking of our landing pages, when we use our specific methodology and pop-ups and things of that nature with the systems that we use, has a higher page ranking. That higher page ranking actually is a lower cost per ad that goes out, because the higher the ranking, the less expensive the ad is. That means the more relevant the ad is. So it works very, very well. And again, this is just the top portion. There's a whole long page, and if you were involved and you saw the club pages in January that we did, you would see this, or saw some of the pages that we did in June, you would see it as well. The secondary type of ad is called a lead generation ad. So what's really good about these ads is that the embedded information that is right in somebody's Facebook page, that's their cell phone number, that's their email address, their name, is all embedded in their sign-up functionality of the page. And it's very hard to fake or to change, right? Because it works with your cell phone, it's working with your email account. So when somebody clicks that button, what happens is that information gets passed right through our system and then right into ClubOS. At that particular point in time, they have the ability to click a button and go to the Join Online page, the landing page that we saw earlier, but it's a secondary action. So initially they're going for the free pass, and secondarily we're going for the Join Online. What we do is we actually balance out the ads for the least cost of acquisition. So we're looking at both numbers consistently to determine what's going to work best. We're also A, B, and C split testing the ads on a regular basis, because sometimes the one on the left does better and sometimes the one on the right does better. And we're always looking at increasing the amount of ads that are out there and testing them out and pausing the ones that aren't doing well and rebuilding the ones that are. So that's constantly going on. As far as the theming of the landing pages, every month we're re-theming the landing page for you to go to be, number one, to be the pricing that's supposed to be for your club, because some clubs have different enrollment and different offers, so it's customized to your club in particular. And secondarily, what happens is that we're able to offer pictures of your club. If there's a special on your club that you want to promote, if there's a theme that you just don't like the theme that we're offering for that month and you want to do it a little bit different, that's up to you as well. We all have that ability to do so. So bottom line is that all the work that we do within this particular page is done on a template for you, and we will customize it for you on a monthly basis to make sure it's fresh and always looking good. Because what we find is that on both cases, people are going to ads more than once, and I'm going to see in a few minutes how we even bring them to the page more than once. So what happens is that we have, over the years, built a proprietary algorithm that allows us to really have the right people that are looking to join a club. So we have two parts, right? We have first are the people that are actually looking to join, and that's one set of individuals that we have. The second set of individuals we have are the individuals that are most likely to get a free pass for a club. So those are the two parts, right? And within the one that's looking at both of those, we're actually looking at two parts as well. We're looking for one, just a general, most likely to actually take that action, as well as the lifetime value. So we're looking for individuals not just are going to be joining the club, but are going to stay at the club longer. And that's also the reason why these algorithms become very, very important. Once we put these algorithms in place and Facebook matches up new people, they create what we call as a lookalike audience. We have to say we generate hundreds of thousands of passes a month for our clients all the way across the board. And all of those passes all goes into all of these algorithms that we build out that work with Facebook. So it's very important to understand that the work we do is not just in finding the individuals, and the reason why we have great results is really in how we look at this algorithm and the individuals that we're pumping into these matches and lookalike audiences, which really gets pretty sophisticated. What's also nice in January is we actually built out the geofencing for all the clubs across the board. So we have that built into our systems already, which allows us a quicker turnaround time on actually getting clients up and running, right? And that's also important because there's a lot of zip codes that go up to make up the program. And because we have data from both January and June, we're also looking at where the lowest cost of acquisition is coming from within those zip codes. So even in the work that we do, we're constantly turning things on and turning things off to make sure that we have the highest return on investment from both a lead standpoint and from a join online standpoint. We don't stop there. So there's individuals that are going to come to these landing pages and not necessarily going to take action. For those individuals, we have retargeting pixels on that page. And basically, a retargeting pixel is a tracking device that tracks the person along the way on the web. And we keep those live for 30 days for individuals. So if they're going on Facebook, we're using Facebook pixels. We're also using Google pixels, but we're constantly bringing people back to that join page and to get them to take action, because oftentimes it takes reinforcement over and over and over again for somebody to take action, and this really gets our brand in front of them. So we really have two paths. And again, when I'm talking about Facebook, we're talking about Facebook and Instagram. So one path is through the Sneezit system, going into ClubOS, and from ClubOS then getting a guest pass. That's one way. And the other way is from Facebook, going into Sneezit, and then going into ABC Financial as actually a join. Both ways are equally as important. Obviously, a join is worth more, so we're willing to pay more money as an organization to get that join than a pass. But you'll see in a few minutes of what we do with the passes, because we just don't sit and say, hey, you got a pass, and that's good enough. So twice a month, we do what we call as a mid and end month closeout. And that comes in a couple of different ways. So first is a countdown in mid-month, which is usually around the 15th. We try to incorporate a Monday into that, because Monday is the heaviest join day for us, we usually find. So we like to make sure we at least have a Monday in there. And what we do is we pass this out to people based upon the length of time they're in the ClubOS system as somebody who has not joined. So we're giving one offer to somebody who's fairly fresh, who's been in ClubOS but hasn't joined from 0 to 29 days. but we're giving a different offer to somebody who's joined in 60+ days. The reason why we do these two different offers, or these three different offers rather, is that the people that are in the system more than 60 days, chances are they joined another club. And it's going to take extra to get them to move off the bench to actually go and come into and join another club, because ultimately for the price, people are willing to join more than one club to kind of get variety. This gives them the ability to do so. So we do this twice a month, and the theme that goes along on the top of the header matches the theme that's on the landing page. So everything is got continuity, so the brand is reinforced every month to look exactly the same. We don't recommend changing this formula because we've proven this formula works time and time again for us. And every club is a little bit different, and every franchisee is going to be a little bit different, but the buckets are kind of important because it really allows that having a different offer to different market segments to make sure that people take action. In addition to these, we also do things like we want you back emails, and we do some member retention that we don't have part of this package, but also work in the same part. And also buddy referrals is also very important. So any way we can bring people through the door to join is very important. It's also important to note is we do not work with other competitor gyms in the marketplace. We really believe that only one club can really win when it comes to social marketing, because if we handled more than one club, we basically would be negating ourselves, right? We'd be bidding up all the pricing because our algorithms would be paying for two different sets of ads going after the exact same set of people, and ads are all based upon a marketplace of bidding if you've done it before, and the pricing bids up over time. So we actually keep that as part of our company mandate that we only work with one organization in the marketplace. So what does that really look like? So this is a kind of a talk about January, but this has happened every month we do it. And a lot of people say emails are dead and emails don't work. And it's not as effective emails as they used to be, but they are effective. We see bumps every time in the Join Online membership. Every time we do an email blast, the graph looks very similar to this. And in January, on total, we saw a 40% increase on Join Onlines, overall membership, forget about Join Onlines, because people actually take these and actually walk into the club and say, I want to do this. I want to join at this rate as well. So there's several different points that people come into, but at the end of the day, we really want to kind of make sure that these email blasts go out through your ClubOS system. It's designed in a way to make sure they're effective, and they reinforce the messaging and all the ads they've seen all along. So if they're willing to take action, it just reinforces that we're the brand to take action with. I want to please note that any type of changes to these pages, we do have to work within brand guidelines. It's really, really important. So if we do push back a little bit, it's only because we're doing what's in the best interest of the organization, not just, we're not pushing back just for pushing back's sake. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. We find the new members, we bring them in, and we put them through our pipeline. Now we're offering 3 different packages, and I want to talk to them a little bit before I go into questions. And if you please note, there's a go.sneeze.it/retrofitness where you can actually sign in and actually get a proposal just sent out to you pretty quickly, and then we can call up and follow up and have a conversation. But the 3 different packages are the starter package, which is our least expensive, which is designed for people that are kind of doing it themselves. They're already doing ads and they're doing posts, but they really want a system not only to make theirs more effective. We do have an ad spend to it, but we also do all the emails as well within the system. So there's posts, there's emails, and there's a small ad spend. The value package, which is kind of nice, has a bigger ad spend, and the Prime package, which is the most expensive, has the most expensive ad spend there is in the group. And we can customize this to make it work for each of the franchisees. But our ultimate goal is to increase your membership. That's how we rate ourselves. If your membership goes up, we've done a good job. If it doesn't, then we haven't. And we hold ourselves accountable to that every day that we do business. Anyway, that's it for my portion. I'm going to mute myself for a second and unmute everybody else and open it to questions.
Okay, does anyone have any questions that we may be able to help out with?
Are there any like
I can't, if you're not, trying to be loud, then mute your phones. I didn't hear the question. I think I heard something in the background. What was the question?
Are we I saw the Facebook, but are we able to do targeting on Google Ads?
So Google, so you know what David is offering is going to be the social media and some other retargeting opportunities as well, but mostly focusing on the channel for social media advertising. There's going to be the pay-per-click advertising in search in Google. That product was previously supported by Vayner, and we're in the process of replacing them with another vendor. So that will be announced. I said in an email I just sent out to the network that there'll be a series of emails of vendor announcements in this digital space because it's constantly changing, and we have some exciting ones that we're excited to announce. So your pay-per-click ads that would be for search, like Google, that vendor is coming here shortly.
And Katie, can I answer that for a second as well? Because I think there's something. So the reason why we do these ads in the social space is because it's transactional versus consultative. When people are Googling or are using search to find a club, they're usually in the market at that moment, and they're making their decision based upon a lot of different things: price, location, amenities. When we're targeting somebody that we know wants to join a club, but really hasn't really committed to making that search yet. So we're first to market to them. And that first to market gives us an advantage because they're not going around and shopping us around or shopping for a car, right? We bring them in, we close the deal, and we move forward. I think there's a big difference there, and why most of our clients that work in both spaces, and you definitely have to do search, so there's no doubt about it, are just skewing a lot of their spend more to the digital space because they're finding their cost per customer acquisition just to be less.
So just to kind of put a bow on that, the digital market space is like most marketing spaces. You need to create a marketing mix, and you need to be able to gauge what is producing for you. The best thing about the digital marketing space is that everything is trackable. It's not as vague as a billboard. How do you track a billboard? How do you track radio ads? So the digital space is very awesome because you get to see who saw the ad, how many clicks did I get, did those clicks result in a guest pass, because we're able to use dynamic URLs that make sure that every guest pass that enters into your ClubOS system is tagged with the provider of that source, of that lead. So if when David produces a lead for you, it comes into ClubOS and it says Sneeze It next to it. So there's no funny numbers going on. You know, David's not sending you a report that says I gave you 50 leads and you log in and you see 5. The reports that he's getting for lead conversion, you know, he has access to ClubOS as well to verify, and so the connection and handshake between the software and the provider is really key. And then you're able to track conversion in ClubOS in your lead source report. You'll see how many leads were generated by Sneeze It. You'll see what percentage of those were closed into membership. So the digital space is great. You're able to really track what's working. And then because you will kind of put a blanket of different things out there, as one is performing better than another, you can shift those funds around, like David had mentioned. Scott asked a question on the chat box, but I can't see it. Oh, there it is.
I lost it too. So try to check your name.
I see it. So Scott had asked, on the corporate-run Sneeze It campaign, it defaulted to a basic membership, and there's no other choice. Can this be altered to give them choices for the various membership types?
That's a great question. So, yeah, absolutely. So the goal of the program is to keep it working for the particular club, and we know that we truly believe one size does not fit all. The reason for the corporate side of it is is that there was a lot of moving parts that kind of made up the corporate. So it wasn't just us. We worked with some really, really great partners of Retro to make this the whole program work. So it was a unified system all the way from top to bottom. But absolutely, our goal is to be all in. We want to make sure that at the end of the day that you close business, and whatever it takes to make sure that that happens is what we're here to make sure that to do for you. So we're all about making sure individually that you get exactly what you need, but from a pricing standpoint on the landing pages, or even on the emails that go out for the for the We Want You Backs and other things of that nature. And KT, it's probably also important to understand, to say as well, is that some clubs are offering, if they offer team training, we offer different pages for them versus the ones that don't. So there's also customization within there as well.
That's great. Any other questions? Okay. Well, we're available. David Steele is, Brielle, is Sneeze It already in the Rock as a vendor?
Yep, they're all set up.
Perfect. So if you guys want to get in touch with David directly, they're in the Rock. You go to contacts and you can go to vendors and go to the S section for Sneeze It, or you can just go to contacts and hit the search bar and type in Sneeze It, and they will pop up and you will be able to make contact directly. Or if you have any questions for the marketing team, Brielle or Jen or myself, we're all here. And it's just our first name at retrofitness.com. So KT, and then Jen is Jen, and Brielle is Brielle. And we're all able to assist with any questions you may have.
KT, Terry had asked a question regarding pricing. Is that something you want to to do on the webinar, or do you want to do that one by one when we speak with them?
Yeah, so Terry, I think that they'll go through pricing with you on the individual calls, because there might be customizations if you have multiple offers and things that might need some custom work there. I think David is willing to work hand in hand with kind of making sure that they find the perfect fit for you guys. So, and David, I don't know if you want to add to that.
No, and it's also within the pricing that we're offering and the grouping that we're offering, it's really designed to be flexible for you as well, and to deliver the results that we think are going to show you return on investment.
If you want to do it, I think there's ranges too, correct?
Yeah,
for budget friendliness. So if you guys have a big budget or a small budget, you can put your toe in the water or jump right in. It's all set up that way. Okay, I don't see any other questions coming in. We're going to conclude the call. Brielle will be loading this recording into the Rock here shortly. And once again, we're available if you guys have any things that pop up in the meantime.
And KT, thank you very much for allowing us to be a vendor. We are very excited to be part of the Retro Fitness direct to franchisee program.
We're very excited to have you as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.